Ihangane. Yeah.
Start where you are. Use what you have and do what you can. Today we bring you a story of a dying couple who have no hope of seeing how the next day will look like, but haven't given up on anything that keeps them alive, however hard it seems. He is called Simeon. He wasn't born this way, but he was infected with the disease at the age of 3. His parents tried as much as they could to get him treated, but the sickness did not heal. But after a long time of being in the hospital and no positive results ever came, they gave up since there is nothing more they could do, and they told him to live with it. This is where he works from, and he says he comes here every day to repair shoes and get some little money that he and his wife use to get some food for survival. He never learned shoe repairing anywhere, but he just found himself doing it, and as he continues repairing shoes, his experience becomes even more and more perfect. It hurts him very much that he repairs other people's shoes, and yet he does not own even a single pair for himself. Because of his sick legs, he has never worn shoes in his entire life. Though he is disabled, he crawls for a 3-mile journey in order to come to his workplace on a daily basis. It's not easy at all, but he has to do it in order to get something, however small it might be, for him and his dying wife. He never got a chance to go to school because he was disabled, and school was so far away from where he was living. This made it very difficult to go to school on a daily basis. He crawled himself to school every day so slowly that he always got to school when all lessons were done, and he had to crawl back home in vain, wondering all the time and energy he had lost. That made him hate school and everything about it. Besides getting to school late, his parents also didn't have money to pay for him school fees. And since he always missed each and every lesson, they said there was no reason to waste even the little money they had. He grew up being at home because he couldn't go anywhere, do anything that requires a lot of energy, or even go digging, which most times made him feel useless at home during his childhood. He did not make any friends from outside, except his siblings, who bared and understood his situation of being disabled. He became a man, but since he was disabled and also didn't go to school, this made none of the women want to talk to him. He also thought that he would never get anyone to call his wife in his life, and that made him give up on girls. One day, he found a lady that wasn't bothered by the negative side of his life. They became friends and later started up a family together. According to him, that was the happiest moment of his entire life, because he achieved something he thought he would never. With his wife, they had children just like any other normal family. They raised them, but since they couldn't afford school fees for their children, they also became illiterate, and this is what hurts them a lot, because they did not manage to educate their children. At their old age, life has become even more complicated than it was, because his wife got infected with terrible body pain that does not allow her to move her body, and they have totally no idea where it came from. Their children went to different parts of the country since they are grown up and they are looking for a way to survive. The old man says their children are doing dirty jobs because there is no way they got white-collar jobs since they did not study at all. This is where the old man and his wife live, but his wife is very old and she's going through a lot of pain. His wife has been suffering from this disease for 3 years now. She went to the hospital and she was told that her lungs and heart have a very serious problem and there was no way they could treat her at all. Before she got sick, she used to sell some of her harvests from the farm and earn money, but since she started suffering from the heart and lungs disease, no one has been going to the farm to plant or harvest anything, which means they are not even sure if the food is still there. They tried to seek for help from many different people, but everyone they went to didn't have enough money at all, and all they ever did was give them a little food and wait until the old woman dies, because they say that's all that was left. The old man always tries to take care of his wife, regardless of the fact that they are poor. He is disabled and she might die anytime. Seeing his wife in such a condition also hurts him, but he can do nothing to change it, however much he wishes to. There is a reverend father who assists them with this piece of land to at least get somewhere to live until they pass on. They appreciate him so much, however much he said that it was all he could manage to do for them. Life on their side is getting harder and harder day by day, and they both don't think that they have a lot of time left to live, especially for the old woman. They have been through a lot, but at this point, what they don't have is hope for life anymore. When the old man gets back home in the evening, it is his responsibility to cook for them, because the old lady can't do anything at all. He does every kind of housework, and he also goes to repair shoes, and he does this each and every day. It's not and has never been a simple task for him, since he's disabled and he got less energy. But he says he got to do it because it's the only way they have that will keep them going for at least some time. Their life is something that is not at all easy for anyone to go through, and they also want to give up and die a lot of times, but the old man is so determined and he gets a little hope for a better tomorrow a few times. The old couple says that the moment they will try to walk, they are so afraid that they might lose their lives. So the old woman stays in the house, while the old man crawls to work and back home every day. She says that all she wishes for right now is medication because she is going through a lot of pain and she has not experienced peace for a long time now, and she would appreciate anyone that would do anything to help her. The old man also wishes to have a wheelchair because he crawls on the ground for a very long distance and he is afraid that one day he might not be able to crawl back and take care of his dying wife. When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. In life, Do not watch the clock. Do what it does. Keep going. Our greatest weaknesses lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed in life is always to try just one more time. If the old man had given up on working, who knows if they would have survived for all this time. Thank you for watching Afrimax English. This is Prince. Do not forget to subscribe.